Hi guys, I'm Edei. Since I was little, I've always been around music. My dad used to always play Rod Stewart in the car, which is kind of what started me looking into soul and like Motown music. So yeah, always been around music.
It belonged to a good man. Heard the rumors ringing.
Yeah, I think from tiny, I used to run around the house singing, and my mum, when I was, I think, about 4, she took me to this kind of music camp thing. It was just a summer thing while that she was at work. And she picked me up one day, and the lady said, "You do realise that your daughter has can sing?" And my mum was like, "What?" And so from then on, she couldn't shut me up, and that's how
Growing
I
up.
started singing, I guess, when I was really little.
Someone's making my heart go boom, boom, boom.
Well, I think my influences growing up were obviously Rod Stewart, because he was the person that's, that was my childhood listening to that. And then Marvin Gaye, Patti LaBelle, Lauryn Hill was a big influence. I just love her voice, she's amazing. Kenny Thomas, a lot of soul artists.
How come my story always ends like that? Why do I fall?
I think In My Bed, as a first single, it did a lot kind of better than we thought. But yeah, no, it's awesome that it did well. I think it was great. The soul mix really took off, which was really awesome.
Someone's making my heart go boom, boom, boom.
When I was 10 years old, I was in Annie in the West End, and he came over with his Hard Knock Life rap. I think it was the first song he brought out in the UK, so no one knew who he was. And he asked the director, Martin Sharnin, if he could have the kids for the day. So we popped over to the Top of the Pop studio, and we performed with him, which was amazing, but we didn't really know who he was. I think we were more interested in the fact that Abs from 5 was stood next to us, and the fact that Jay-Z was there, which is so embarrassing, but
Toured with.
Someone's lipstick on my...
When I went on tour with JLS, I have to admit I didn't know any of their songs. But now, I think this is a prime example of how music is got links with memories. Is that I wouldn't have listened to JLS, not because I don't like them, it's not my type of music, but now I listen to their album all the time because it reminds me of what an amazing time I had on tour. And I think also the boys are so lovely. They're such cool boys, and they do work very, very hard. So yeah, I guess JLS is the music I listen to now. I never really sat down and thought, I'm going to write an album for this type of audience. I just wrote what I love writing and music that I love doing. I think it definitely is for a kind of older generation, but I think as well because of the lyrics and how young the songs are and what the songs mean and stuff. I think they can relate to young people as well, so I think hopefully it can go out to both audiences. Yeah, I am signed to my management that managed Joss Stone actually after I'd done an album, and already my first album, which was a kind of Motown soul album. So I already had my sound. They just kind of helped me develop it by introducing me to my producer, Miss Reed, which was the producer on this album. And together, actually, me and Miss Reed found this new sound of this album. And it did take us a while, because I think you have to get to know someone to get to know what kind of things you want to write. But in the end, we just got on so well, and we knew it was actually In My Bed that we'd written, and that's when we knew we'd found the sound and we got the song. So
you
from
found...
there on, we just kept going. there's obviously a few up-tempo tracks, mostly kind of mid-tempo, and then there's the big ballad, which I guess most people have on the album, and then one track that I actually wrote 4 years ago about my parents, which is, it's actually one of the first songs I wrote that people kind of said, this is a great song, and it's about my parents and my dad going through battling an illness, so I think it's a very close song to me. I think it's called Back to One, and it's just stuck with me for years, and everyone loves it because they know that it's me. And there's also another track called Invisible Scar, which is about my best friend, which is actually my favourite on the album. And I think you can kind of, all the tracks are a bit different. I don't think they're just one sound, which is cool. Hi, I'm Edei, and when I want to keep up with all the soul and dance music news, I check in to soulm8.